Asian fashion. A saying goes that there is nothing new under the sun in modern fashion. That saying may have become an accomplished fact because most of the things in ancient times have become modern fashion trend. Historic costume has a serious subject of art research, has developed new and fascinating possibilities. The far-reaching archaeological connections of the subject have been especially emphasized as recent discoveries and excavations have more and more brought to light the manner of dressing in the ancient world. The trend of fashion in modern times took a turn far backward into antiquity. What was worn in the days of the Bible was made to seem new, so now let's check out the modern things we wear now and see how it's connected to the ancient days. Robes. For the beginning of civilized costume, we must go back to the source of most civilized things, the Valley of the Nile. In Egypt, at some remote unknown dates were evolved the original types of covering for the human body, the tunic, the robe. The robe was worn by both men and women of the upper class, but was mostly worn by priests and by pharaohs in their roles as first servants of the god. Such outfits were worn in Tutankhamun's tomb and were depicted quite frequently on the walls of the tombs. At times, kings and queens wore decorative ceremonial clothing adorned with feathers. In modern days, this robe is now called jalamiya and is worn by both genders. The jalamiya is a long robe made in different colors. The neck is made to look like a priest's collar. Most people make the jalamiya look even more fashionable by adding a badge to the right side. Wigs. In the recent times, wigs were common to both genders and were worn by wealthy people of the society. The wigs were made from real human and horse hair that had ornaments incorporated into them. They were often woven into certain hairstyles and were quite inexpensive. In the royal court, women sometimes wore couplets filled with perfume. They were worn to also keep out headlights and protected the head when doing dangerous things, and sometimes the head was shaved to wear the wig. In recent days, these wigs are worn mainly for fashion and are made from human and horsehair also. The wigs come in different colors and styles and are worn by both genders, as men these days are seen in Afro wigs to look more handsome, and the circus clowns also wear wigs. Gladiator sandals. Shoes are the foundation of every outfit. They allow a person to move safely and comfortably on unforgiving surfaces, protect the foot from the elements, and add the final statement of panache. In the Bible days, sandals were made in Jerusalem from the finest leather. The sandal is a simple form of foot covering consisting of a sole held to the foot of the toe with straps. They can be made of leather, plastic, straw, rope, metal, or old tires, and were mostly worn by men. It is suited well to hot, dry climates and rocky regions and protects the foot from poisonous insects, stones, and burning hot sand, as well as keeping the foot hard and cool. In recent times, these sandals are called gladiator sandals and are worn by the females. These days, they're more fashionable as they're designed with stones, sequins, gems, and so on. Jewelries. Jewelry was popular in ancient Egypt. No matter the social class, it was heavy and rather voluminous. They became very skilled when making jewelry from turquoise metals like gold and silver and small beads. Both men and women adorned themselves with earrings, bracelets, rings, necklaces, neck collars that were brightly colored. Those who could not afford jewelry made from gold and other stones would make the jewelry from colored pottery beads. One creation that was specific to ancient Egypt was a gagarin, an assembly of metal disc worn on the chest, either over bearskin or over a shirt, and attached in the back. In present day, heavy neck pierce is worn by female either round the neck or round the collar of a shirt. They're made with silver and gold ornaments and also come in really flattering colors. They are also made in different shapes and designs that make them look very beautiful. We hope you've had informed by this fascinating feature story on Asian fashion, and we guess you guys now know where all your trending fashion accessories evolve from. Merry Christmas!